I'm sitting in the grounds beside Invergarry Castle. In fact, the Invergarry Castle's a bit of a ruin these days, but Lorna and I are here on holiday just for a couple of days. You can't beat being on holiday. Don't you just love being on holiday? It's a lovely morning. Well, not so lovely. The sky's a bit dull and dreich looking, but it's still lovely. It's autumn, and there's quite a lot of autumn colours in the trees. Autumnal looking scenes, 360 degrees. Now let's go up and have a look at the castle. Shall we have a look at the castle? Now there seems to be a wee pier here. We'll have a wee look at the pier. And we're in the Great Glen. The Great Glen, so quite a lot of traffic would come down here normally. You're coming down from Inverness, down the Great Glen, heading their way to the west coast of Scotland. And there's an old tug lying there in the bay, which is, I don't know what's happened to that. It's run aground. And you can see the castle overlooking this wee bay here. So there'd be people coming in here, stopping, and then they'd probably moor their vessels here. And of course they'd make their way up this wee walkway, this pontoon, to Invergarry Hotel for a cup of tea. Marvellous. Now the castle's up here, climbing uphill a wee bit. It's a bit slippy. It's a bit slippy, you know what I'm saying? With roots and leaves and all sorts. We're getting our first views of the castle now. The castle's position overlooking Loch Oich on the Craigan and Fithic, or they call it the Raven's Rock. It must have been quite a strategic position in the good old days of clan warfare. Yes, indeed. Yeah, here we go. It's a bit, it's all been fenced off so the public can't get in about. It looks pretty unsafe to me. Let's have a look at the other side. Now around the back, as you can see, there's timber props been put in place, so there's been a wee bit of work happened here over the years to try and make it that wee bit safer. So there you go. Not much work, but a wee bit of work. There you go now. Fantastic. Private, it says. Let's have a look and see what's so private about it. Ah, look at this, going down steps. There's granite steps, probably purchased all the way from Aberdeen. Or maybe Kemnay. Who knows? I've just managed to get slightly higher than the wall itself, having a look inside the walled garden. What a shame. It's just totally overgrown. I mean, the village or the community here could certainly utilise that for growing their own vegetables or doing something with it. What a shame. That's about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 acres of ground sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Oh, sacrilege. Now, just notice this. In the woods, what would this be? This would have once been... Oh, what would that be? Oh, that sounds quite deep in there. Whoa! Oh, that's a bit of a mystery, that one. It kind of reminds me of these ice houses you used to get. You used to transport ice to them, put the ice in there, and it used to last them all year, even during the summer months. They used to pick ice. I think they used to wrap the ice up in straw, I think that's what they used to do. And it used to preserve, it used to slow down the thawing of the ice. So there you go. Now we just come through the gates, the impressive gates. And this will be the lodge house to the Invergarry Castle Hotel. Yeah, it looks a wee bit, it doesn't look as though anybody's living there. It looks a wee bit run down, but you never know. There's a bin there, so somebody's maybe using the bin. But a lovely sandstone building, looks really nice. It would have 100 years ago. But yes, very nice. Now that's us walking back to the car. You would have thought, you know, since it's a wee kind of bit of touristy site, that there had been some sort of path leading you there and back. But no, we're dicing with death, we're dicing with the traffic. Lorna's actually walking on the road just now, just dying to be knocked down. So, walking back to the car now. Look at all the rubbish strewn all over the verges and the ditches. There you go. Welcome to bonny Scotland. Look at all the rubbish. Who does that? Is that the tourists that do that? Or is that the locals that do that? Oh man. Here's a glass bottle. There you go. Glass bottles and rubbish. Help me, Bob. Gee whiz. More rubbish here. That was Anne Henderson that did that, I can tell. That's got her fingerprints on it. Why can the Highland Council no get their act together? Why can't they go and get some prisoners out of Inverness prison? A team of 12 guys out with loppers and bags and picker-uppers to clear up all the rubbish. Why is it always left to the Highland Council? Let all these prisoners pay their way. You know? No, they're in a cell, 24 hours, out for a wee walkabout in the courtyard, back in again. What a life, man, eh? What a life. Why can you not let them work for their money? Now, as we approach the bridge to Invergarry, I think it crosses the River Garry, if I'm not mistaken. And we can see the Invergarry Hotel just up to the left hand side here. It's looking really nice. It's quite a nice hotel inside. A bit old fashioned, but there you go. There you go. But the colours in the trees are very autumnal looking, and the sky is quite dark and foreboding. Otherwise, what I'm trying to say, it's the weather's pish. So there you go. Gotta have it all. Now here's us looking at the other side of the river, and it seems to be in, well, it's not in full spate, but it's quite a wide river. It's almost as wide as the River Dee, I would imagine, in Aberdeenshire, but there you go. And yes, the weather's pish at this side as well.